Hello everyone and welcome back. So today I'm actually going to do a video on my top 10 unpopular opinions. I saw Chloe Morello do a video about a week and a half ago. I didn't actually watch her video, I just saw the title. So I will admit I haven't seen it, but I was inspired to do my unpopular opinions because these days, apart from makeup tutorials and favorites videos, you guys don't really seem to know much about me. So I used to do a lot of those videos, so I think now would be the perfect time because then you guys can get a little bit more of an idea of my thought process and things like that. So I have 10 of my most unpopular opinions. I actually had to sit here and write it down on my phone so I could actually remember it because I am terrible at remembering things. So if you guys want to see my 10 most unpopular opinions, then just keep watching. Okay, so number one has to do with food, and it is that Nutella is absolutely disgusting. I don't like Nutella. I don't know why people eat it. I don't understand how people can eat it. I think it is absolutely terrible. To me, it is one of the most tasteless foods on the planet. Like, it has no flavor. It has nothing going for it. In my opinion, I have never liked it. A couple of times in my life, my mum bought me the little ones where it came with like the spoon, you could lick it. I tried it on toast. I tried it on like anything from crumpets, bagels, whatever. I tried it on its own with a little spoon lick thing, and I could never get through like half of one of those little things because it was just so tasteless to me. I don't like it. To me, hazelnuts are one of the most tasteless foods on the planet, and like if you add hazelnuts to anything in my taste buds, it's automatically tasteless. So I do not understand the huge hype and everything about Nutella. People I went to school with used to get a tub and literally just sit there and eat it with a spoon. I can't even stand the smell of it, but mostly it's just extremely bland. Opinion number two is probably something that a couple of people might get offended over. I am not actually aiming this towards anyone in particular, so if you have done this or mentioned this or something in social media, please don't be offended, but it's just something I have noticed over the past couple of years, and that I don't understand why people take so long or make such a huge drama out of moving. Now I mean moving house, not getting up and moving around. So for example, if you needed to move to, say, for example, I live in Newcastle, Australia, and if you had to move to Sydney for a job, and then you wanted to move back and like you're making a huge drama out of it. I don't understand why people do that. I don't understand why people put on Facebook and whinge about it for weeks and weeks and weeks and like ask for other people's opinions. Like, it's up to you. You're the one that's moving. You're the one that's having to make that decision. You're the one whose name is on everything. So it's like, if the answer is not automatically yes, then why are you even questioning it? That is just something to me that if the answer is not an automatic yes, like if the question is, should I move back to where I came from? If the answer is not an automatic yes, then don't do it. Don't complain, don't whinge, don't think and think and think and think, because at the end of the day, it's not that much of a big deal. Opinion number three for me is that I can't stand the beach. I don't like the beach. I think it's absolutely beautiful and I love taking photography of it, but I cannot stand swimming at the beach. I will walk around and put my feet in the water, and yes, I will go to the beach, but I just can't stand it. I don't like it, and considering I live in Australia, which has has the best beaches in the world other than Hawaii, and that's because they actually take sand from our beaches in bucket loads and they actually import it to Hawaii. Export, sorry. I live in Australia and on the eastern coast, which actually has the best beaches in the world, and they actually take massive containers, like shipping containers full of sand, and they export it to Hawaii. So that's why Hawaii has such nice beaches, and we do as well. The currents also, the natural currents in the world, take the sand from our beaches, particularly where I actually live, and they they like naturally take it to Hawaii. So that is why Hawaii has the great beaches, and so do we, but I just don't like it. I don't know if it's because I grew up never going to the beach. Like, I remember one summer my mum promised to take me to the beach the entire summer. I think I was like 10, and every day I'd get up, I would get my like beach bag out, I'd put it on my bed, I'd get my swimmers out, I'd get my thongs out, and every day the answer was still a no. And I think that's why I have grown up never going to the beach. I think in my entire life I've gone to the beach maybe 15 times, and part of it has to do with the fact that I absolutely hate salt. So the salty water is just disgusting to me, but I have never been one that enjoys the beach. I feel so uncomfortable there. Not in terms of I'm in swimmers type of uncomfortable, I just don't like the beach. It seems dirty to me. I went to Anna Bay with my dad and like his side of the family, or my dad, my stepmom, stepsisters, blah blah, for Australia Day this year. And it was like the first time in 10 years that I actually enjoyed swimming at the beach. And that's only because it was literally just such a huge long beach that there was no chance of it being dirty. So it was literally the only time in my life I've enjoyed swimming at the beach, because I don't know, I guess I just didn't care for once. But I don't like swimming at the beach. I hate the salt. I'm a person that would much rather go to a pool. To go along with I hate the beach, item number 4 is I hate salt. I cannot stand the flavour of salt. The only thing I will eat with salt on it is potato chips, hot chips from like the takeaway shop. If we make homemade hot chips, I don't do it. And I will eat salt and vinegar flavoured chips. I will not eat the original flavour. I will not put salt in my pasta if I cook it. I will not put salt in my potatoes for mashed potato. I don't put salt on anything. I cannot stand the smell of salt. I cannot stand the flavour of salt. I've been a little bit easier like this year. It's been a little bit less horrible to me, the taste and things like that, but I just can't stand salt. The flavour is just horrible. Opinion number 5 is actually something that I used to get laughed at all the time, and I would actually get like comments of, I don't want to say death threats, but I used to get threatened a lot. One day I was scrolling through Facebook, and there was a post from a page that I liked that said post or comment a movie, TV show or something like that everyone hates that you like. And I commented saying I like the Twilight movies. And the amount of people who told me I deserved to die, I deserved to go to hell, and these weren't religious people, these were just everyone telling me that like I was wrong. And I would see so many movies or TV shows being named, and people would go, I love that, or nah, I don't like that, or oh, I tried to watch it. But these weren't just, oh, I tried to watch it and didn't like it. This was like a full-on anger and hate, and I have no idea why. And these were from grown-up people too. They weren't people my age. I was about 15, 16 at the time. That makes me feel so old. But I just did not understand the hate. Like, okay, I understand if you don't like a certain movie or TV show, that's fine. There's ones I don't like, but there is absolutely no reason for you to be sitting there and making that much hate, especially because it's just unnecessary. But my opinion for that is I actually like the Twilight movies. Now, they are not labelled the best movies in the world, in my opinion, but I will watch them. The love story that is between Edward and Bella actually sometimes makes me cry, particularly in the last one, because it just makes me feel like, I don't know, it just makes me feel everything. Like, I hope to have that type of love someday, that type of love between me and my partner, and that really makes me like, it's almost like that set a standard, and I can't even explain it, but it's just, I feel the love, I feel the family unity, and I think in a way it makes me miss that family unity that I used to have with when my parents were still together. But it just makes me, the love that I feel when I watch that is just insane, and it's basically almost helped me set a standard and almost helped me set like what I want in a guy type of thing. Personality, I don't know, what's the word? Characteristic, that's the word. It's almost made me realize like a type of characteristic I want my ideal man to be. And basically I grew up watching those movies. The first one came out when I was in kindergarten. I was too young to watch it, but I was in about I was about 9 or 10 when I watched the first one, and then when all the others came out, I went and saw them at the movies. Actually, I didn't see the third one. I waited till the movie came out. I have all the movies in my wardrobe at the moment, and I watch them all the time. And I like them. They're entertaining, and I just like them. Item number 6 is something that, again, a couple of people might get offended over, but again, I don't care. It's that it is completely unnecessary to decorate your room, house, or whatever according to the seasons. I find it to be such a waste of time, a waste of money, a waste of space. I find it to be a waste of like everything. It is completely unnecessary to sit there in your house and design your house or to decorate your house every summer, every autumn, every winter, every spring. I think it's just ridiculous. Now, I'm not saying it's bad to have a change of scenery every now and then. If you've had your house done in, for example, a beach theme and all of a sudden you want to change it to something else, that's great. But I mean, I find it so like, I don't know, it's almost like stressful watching all of these people, it's probably mostly Americans, decorating their house every single season, and it's like we don't have even if I tried that for my bedroom here, like I don't have enough storage, I don't have the money, I don't have the brain power, I don't have the physical capability of doing it because I would have to get up on ladders and move the lounge out every time I wanted to do something. And like, I don't mind having your house or your room in a theme, that's a great idea. And I'm not against decorating your house, but I just find it so unnecessary when I see all these people buying autumn decorations and Halloween decorations and all of this stuff. It's like, it's ridiculous. In my mind, it's like you have your house every day and then you have your Christmas stuff and that's it. Item number 7 is a food-ish related item again, and that it is, I don't like Starbucks. Now, this is Starbucks Australia. I have never tried Starbucks in the US or anywhere else in the world. I've only tried the Australian one. I have tried them about 6 or 7 times in my life, and never have I been able to actually finish my drink or my food. Now, I will say, all the people that I see who absolutely love Starbucks don't buy their hot drinks. They don't buy their coffees, they don't buy their hot chocolates and things like that. And in Australia, we don't have all the huge amounts of varieties of things that you do in the US. We don't get all of the pumpkin spice. We don't have all of the fancy stuff. We just have your lattes, your cappuccinos, your flat white, your black tea, black coffee. We just have your basics. And they may put on some promotional things every now and then, but we don't have all the huge amounts of things. Like, I see these people in the US who have a list of things and it's like you've got 50 different things in the one drink. We wouldn't even consider doing that here. But every time I have tried something from Starbucks, and I haven't just tried the same store, I've tried a couple of different locations. Mind you, ours are mostly in Sydney, but I've tried it about 6 times in my life and not once have I actually been able to finish my drink or the food that I have. So I have bought things like muffins, lamingtons, little macarons, things like that, just your smaller snacks, and never once have I actually been able to finish them. The lamingtons were really dry. I remember my muffin just tasted bland, even though it was supposed to be choc chip. What else? I had a hot chocolate once a couple of years ago and it was just like the most bland thing on the planet. And it had barely any chocolate in it, like it was almost still just like the colour of the milk. And I understand that I drink things with soy milk and the soy milk is more bland than a lot of other milks, but there's still a difference between having flavour and it being completely like bland, and it was completely bland. I will have to say I have never tried their iced teas, I've never tried their frappes, I've never tried their milkshakes or anything like that, because it's only been the past like 2 years I've been experimenting with eating dairy again, a little bit, and I haven't been to Sydney in 3 years. So it's been a couple of years since I've tried things, but every time I try something from Starbucks, I am extremely disappointed. Item number 8 is something that is probably more directed towards YouTubers, influencers, and people who earn money off of social media sites, particularly the ones in the beauty industry, and that is I find it completely unnecessary to always have to buy clothes that are dressed up. I am sitting here right now in my grey jacket, my Riverdale t-shirt, a pair of black leggings, and I have my little lace-up silver shoes on, and that's what I have worn today. That's what I am filming in today because that is what I am wearing. I understand if you want to film multiple videos in a day and you'd like to change your shirt and things. I understand that. I have done that before. But I just find it to be unnecessary and just too over the top for influencers and that to always be like dressed up. Now I know a lot of people are always, you know, saying, oh, I only film 1 or 2 days a week and that's the only days I wear makeup and get like fully dressed up like that, and it's fine. But I mean, every now and then, apart from the like apology videos, I think we need to see people who are dressed more in everyday clothes rather than all of this extra dressed up stuff. Now I know a lot of the clothes that some influencers wear are their everyday clothes and they do dress up like that. But for me and my style and for what I see and for what I see on a daily basis and things like that as a consumer as well as on the other end of the spectrum, I find it to be completely unnecessary. So I'm sitting here dressed literally in just clothes and I don't see why how people are dressed has to do with anything. I don't see why you always have to wear these like super dressed up shirts. Most of the time when I do my makeup videos, particularly in the summer, I just wear a white or black singlet because it goes with everything. And that's mainly what I do. I just find it to be too over the top and unnecessary to always be wearing earrings, bracelet, ring, shirt every time you're filming. It's just silly. Another thing that is, I don't want to say it's more directed to YouTubers and influencers, but it's something I have noticed in the past that particularly in some comments and some messages and things I have received is that people don't understand why I have a cheaper skincare range. People don't understand that you don't need to have an expensive skincare or hair care range. So I use the products that are from brands, for example, Simple, Garnier, I use the Aldi Micellar water, I use, pardon me, the Maybelline makeup remover, I use the $2 Kohl's makeup wipes. I don't use overly expensive products. Today I'm actually wearing the Kathleen Lights and Colourpop Zodiac palette, which altogether the palette, once you convert it to Australian dollars, it was approximately 30 something dollars. It was $18 American, and then once you converted it to Australian, that's like approximately as of right now on the currency exchange, 18 US dollars is equal to $24.77 Australian cents. So that is what it's equal to right now. So it may not be as affordable, but it still is more affordable than half of the crap that's available here. But that is something that I have noticed, is I get quite a lot of comments and things, even in real life, as to why I use a very cheap, well, equivalent to cheap skincare range, because so many people just assume that it doesn't work. So many people just assume that that might be the reason why I have skin issues, like the texture underneath my eyes and constant breakouts. And a lot of people will often just automatically blame the cheaper products for your skin problems. Now, I'm not saying that using expensive products is bad, and I'm not saying that they are terrible, and I'm not saying they might not work better, but I find it to be a little bit sad and a little bit annoying that so many people are sort of taken aback when I say I only use affordable skincare and affordable hair care products. So the most expensive skincare item I have is the Fasali black bottle. I think it's the volcanic oil. I did buy that to mix in with my moisturizer and I do love it. However, I've tried a $9 face oil from Kmart that works just the same, and if not better. So I will be purchasing the Kmart one later on. Other than that, I don't use anything expensive unless it is a sample or something like that. If I order something from Mecca Maxima or Sephora and it comes as a sample, that's what I'll use. But other than that, everything I use is affordable. My shampoo is in a giant bottle and it's $6.50 and it works perfectly fine. So yeah, it's just a little bit sad, and I get a little bit taken aback when I get quite a lot of comments about me using affordable hair care and skincare products. but I find that it really shouldn't matter. Last one is something that I have had to actually come to the realization in the last week or so, just in my mind and in myself, and it's that not everyone needs the newest iPhone. I see on Twitter all the time people constantly upgrading their phones or buying the new ones outright. Now, if I had the money, I would have bought this outright, but I don't have the money. I literally am almost broke. This is the iPhone 7 Plus, by the way, and I only upgraded it last week or something because I was eligible to upgrade my plan. I could not afford to upgrade to the iPhone 8 generation and above. I only could get to the 7 Plus. Other than that, I would be paying over $100 on my phone bills, and that is something I cannot afford at the moment, and probably I think it's just not right anyway to be having to pay that much. Anyway, I had to basically talk myself into the realization that not everyone needs the most expensive or newest iPhone. I see all the time on Twitter and sometimes on Facebook groups, people arguing or asking for recommendations like, oh, I hate the iPhone 8, what one would you recommend? I don't like the iPhone X, what would you recommend? And I see it all the time, people saying, oh, or on the buy, swap and sell groups, people are literally selling, like buying, say, when the iPhone 7 Plus came out, they bought it, put their phone plan in it, and then 2 weeks later they're selling it because the iPhone 8 came out and they bought the iPhone 8 and used that instead. One of the girls I went to school with literally got a new iPhone the day everyone released. So for example, if the iPhone 7 released on March 10th, she got the iPhone 7 on March 10th. And then if, say, the iPhone 7 Plus released on, for example, July 8, she got the iPhone 7 Plus on July 8. She upgraded her phone every single time, or basically bought a new one every single time, and I could not understand why. And she had this obsession with like needing the newest one and like needing the top one, and it just, I don't know, to me, I can call people, I can text people, and I can access the basic apps that I need, and it works. So that's all I need. I was feeling a little bit sad that, you know, I still had the iPhone 5 SE when most of my friends had the 8 Plus up. And I was feeling a little bit behind. I've never really had the same phone as everyone else. Like, I've had iPhones, but I had the iPhone 5 while everyone else was getting like the 7 and the 7. And now I've got the 7, everyone else is getting the 8, the X, and whatever the newest ones are. And it made me feel a hell of a lot behind, because I was always behind my friends in terms of those type of things. And getting things, I always had whatever the youngest generation of things was. Except for when I got my iPad, it was only out like 2 months when I got the Generation 3. They don't even sell it anymore. It's now, I think they only keep the smaller ones. But yeah, I had to come to the realization that not everyone needs the newest iPhone, not everyone needs the most expensive one. To me, it works. It's slightly better than the one that I had. There was nothing wrong with my other one, I just wanted to upgrade, so I didn't have an iPhone 5 SE because it was getting to the point where you couldn't purchase things for them because they were stopped being sold. Even on apps like Wish, they were starting to stop selling phone cases and things like that for the phone of that size because they were no longer being manufactured. And to go along with it, I have been trying to sell my iPhone 5 SE since I got this one. I got this one on Tuesday and it is now Monday, so I've had this nearly a week and I still haven't sold it. When my brother, about 6 months ago, sold his iPhone 5 SE literally within like an hour of posting it. I've had it on Gumtree, I've got it on the buy, swap and sell groups, and I posted in another group that I'm in, and no one has bought it because probably no one wants the cheapest and the oldest iPhone that's out, even though there's nothing wrong with it. So it's just something I had to come to the realization of, that not everyone needs the newest one, and I don't need the newest one to feel happy about my new phone. So that was a little bit of a rambly video about my top 10 unpopular opinions. If you guys would like to see either say unpopular opinions on a certain topic, or if you want to see another one of these videos, please let me know, because I would definitely do them. Might take me a while just so I can gather my thoughts, because there's quite a few things I want to mention, but I think it's not that it's inappropriate for YouTube, but I think I will get a lot of hate for mentioning things. So if you guys would like to see another one, or one on a certain topic, please let me know. But other than that, I hope you really enjoyed the video. The makeup I am wearing will be listed in the description box down below. I did also film it this morning, so that may be up before this video. If not, it will be coming soon. I hope you all had a fantastic day. Hit the subscribe button that's in the corner down there, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!